Alright guys, I'm just gonna kind of quickly go through what I got going on here with the CRV. This is a 2000 with a 5-speed manual all-wheel drive, as you can see. Did a little exhaust work. We do have a completely stock header, a stock catalytic converter, and then I put this muffler in it. It is a straight through muffler. It has a little bit of baffling on the sides, but you can see straight through it. Still have a stock resonator in here. I did cut it. I cut some pipe out of right here to move the resonator back, and then I also cut a little bit of the end of the resonator off to make it as short as I could, so that I could make this S bend right here just behind the fuel tank. As you can see, I got plenty of space here between the brake lines and fuel lines. No worries there. Make a turn this way, right next to the fuel tank. Got a good, might be hard to tell on camera, but I have at least a good inch of clearance between the exhaust and the fuel tank. Really don't think it's going to be an issue getting anything hot in there. Made a slight turn up just over the axle there. I am pretty close to the sway bar, but I don't think it's going to cause an issue right now. I do think eventually when I lift this thing more, I'm going to do a rear subframe drop, because this right now has a stock subframe, there's no drop. But I think by then, once I lift it more and do the subframe drop, I'm probably just going to remove the sway bar entirely, so then I don't think I'll have an issue with any contact with the exhaust and with the sway bar there. One thing I did also have to do is, typically right here you would have some evap solenoids and some sensors and stuff. I had to take the little plastic cover off that was holding them right here, and there's a little metal bracket that bolted in a hole there and a hole there. I took that bracket out. I took all those solenoids and sensors, flipped them sideways, kind of tucked them up on the tank as best I could, and then took half of the plastic shield that was on it, put it over top, and kind of zip tied it up out of the way, but plenty of clearance between that and the exhaust as well. And then back here, I did add one hanger from the exhaust up to the side of the frame there. And then I just made this little 90-degree turn into a DC Sports black resonated tip. Cut a little bit of the bumper out, not too much, but I did want to kind of tuck it up a little bit as much as possible. But yeah, really I shouldn't have any issues with clearance with the axle or control arm or anything. Sway bar shouldn't get in the way for right now. Just had to move the evap stuff out of the way. Got plenty of tank clearance, plenty of clearance between the park and brake line and the fuel lines and everything. And then, yep, just had to shorten the resonator up here a little bit and shorten it back here a little bit. And then, since obviously the stock muffler would be back up in there, I didn't want this thing to be too loud, so I did put another muffler in it. So I put this muffler on. Just got that off of like Summit. So I'm gonna show a quick clip of the sound of the stock exhaust, and then right after that we'll cut into what this sounds like with a cold start, and then when it warms up I'll give it a couple revs.